shoppers, merry berries, Christmas Day is here, it's almost here. Tree lots filled with greens and berries, Christmas Day is here, it's almost here.
In Bear Country, Christmas excitement was mounting. The waiting was down to 10 hours and counting. The holly was hung. The presents were bought. A magnificent Christmas salmon was caught.
Hey, everybody, I'm home. Hey, look what... Whoop.
And now it was time for the most fun of all. Getting the tree. A tree full and fat. Straight, green, and tall. For the Christmas delight of the bears, one and all.
A magnificent tree. A tree full and fat with oodles of needles and crannies and nooks. Get out the tree things. Where are the hooks?
They had boxes of things in closets and cupboards and corners of halls. They had bangles and bells and bright-colored balls. There were some that were heirlooms, saved year after year. A Santa Bear sled with tiny reindeer. Strings of bright beads to hang in festoons. A musical bear that sang Christmassy tunes.
'Tis the season to be furry, especially if you're a bear.
But the bear's finest tree thing, their finest by far, was the thing for the top, their Christmas tree star. It had 18 points and was so glittery bright that the stars of the heavens seemed dim in its light.
What an array. What a display. What a grand and glorious sight it will be when we hang all this stuff on our Christmas tree. Why, bears will come from near and far to see how Christmassy we are.
Ta-da!
So all the bears needed now, don't you see? All that they needed now was the tree.
A tree straight and tall, fine, full, and fat. Come, Cubs,
Said Papa as he put on his hat.
Now be sure to dress warmly.
Said wise Mama Bear.
There's more than a hint of snow in the air. And oh yes, buy our tree down the road from Grizzly Gus. I'm sure he will have the right tree for us.
Snow?
Said Papa, sniffing the air.
Not a chance. The weather today will be bright and fair. Besides, I can always tell if we're going to have snow by a sharp shooting pain in my left big toe.
Bye-bye, Mama. Bye-bye. Bye, Mom. Bye-bye.
As for Gus and those trees lying in stacks, not for us.
Papa said, as he took up his axe.
But, Papa, I don't mean to fuss, but Mom said to buy one from Grizzly Gus.
Christmas trees. Fresh cut indeed. It looks more like some overgrown evergreen weed. Merry Christmas, Gus. Well, we were just cum-cubs.
Now, brother and sister usually did what Mom said, but not Papa. Pop did whatever came into his head. And a fine, fat tree is what came into his head that particular Christmas.
No matter what, no matter where, if it means going down to the Panama Isthmus, if it means climbing up to the top of Pikes Peak, I will find the right tree if it takes us a week.
But, Papa, Christmas is just hours away. We must find our Christmas tree today.
But Pop didn't hear. Papa was just a bit carried away.
We need a tree for Christmas, a fine fat tree is a must.
Without one, frankly, Christmas Day would be an awful bust.
A tree on which to hang our bells or brightly colored balls.
And all the other things piled up in closets and in halls.
A fine fat tree to put beneath our 18-pointed star. A tree to show how really, truly Christmassy we are. A Christmas tree and all that it implies.
A Christmas tree and all it certifies. Piles of fancy presents, say the kinds of pies.
Boysenberry honeycomb.
Crayfish fricassee.
But first of all, my friends, first we need a tree.
Yes, first of all, dear friends, first we need a tree.
We need a tree for Christmas, a fine fat tree is a must. Without one, frankly, Christmas Day will be an awful bust.
But Pa was forgetting something that day. Christmas is more than show and display. It's more than just tinsel and pink plastic stars and stuffing yourself with sugar nut bars. There was something important that Pop was forgetting. Christmas is for giving. It isn't for getting. This was a time to be thinking of others. Mamas, papas, sisters, brothers. A time to think of each neighbor and friend. But all that was forgotten as they rounded a bend. As they rounded that bend, what did they see? Papa's perfect Christmas tree. What a tree. What a tree. This surely was it. Its green was so green. Its tall didn't quit. Its nooks all had crannies. Its crannies had nooks. The one question was, would they have enough hooks?
What a tree for our bells, our bright-colored balls, and all the things stacked up in our closets and halls. The perfect tree to put beneath our 18-pointed star. The perfect tree to show how Christmassy we are. Stand back,
Said Papa, making ready to chop.
Wait!
Sister cried.
Hold it, please, Pop.
On the timely advice of small Sister Bear, Pop managed to stop that axe in midair. And a good thing, too, for that Christmas tree trunk just happened to be the home of a skunk. And some squirrels, and a grouse, and one small chipmunk also resided in that Christmas tree's trunk, plus 26 crows who were renting upstairs. And they were none of them happy to see those 3 bears.
Though this tree at first seemed quite a find, It isn't quite what I had in mind. Come, Clumps.
There was something else Pa hadn't in mind as they rapidly left Mr. Skunk's tree behind. That the coming great day was the crows' Christmas, too. And the squirrels, and the chipmunks. If he chopped down their tree, what would they do? And the skunk and the grouse, what would they do if he chopped down their house? Where would they have their holly and bells, their Christmas goodies, their Christmassy smells? How would they enjoy their Christmas feast? But such questions as those did not bother Papa, not in the least. His head was so filled with his bangles and bells, his bright-colored balls, his tree things stacked up in closets and halls, that there just wasn't room for anything more.
Onward!
Cried Papa, and the bears pressed on with their Christmas tree chore.
I will find the right tree. I must and I will. I will forward any stream. Climb any hill. Go over Niagara Falls on a log. Penetrate the impenetrable fog. Brave the terrors of sinister bog. I will find the Christmas tree we seek. I will find the right tree if it takes us a week. No matter what. No matter where. Just as sure as my name is Papa Q Bear.
But please, Papa, please, we must find a tree soon. Sister's right, Dad. It's getting late in the afternoon.
A tree, fine and fat, straight, green, and tall.
And at that very moment, the snow Mom predicted started to fall.
Hey, wait, Papa, hold it. Wait for us, wait.
A Christmas tree, it never, never fails. A Christmas tree, and all that it entails. 7 kinds of honey.
Pails and pails and pails. Chopped sardines with cherry sauce.
Chocolate-covered snails.
Chocolate-covered snails. Yeah.
Yes, a Christmas tree is something we cannot do without. Because a tree with all the trimmings is what Christmas is about.
What a tree. Yeah, it's really a beauty.
Axe,
Papa said.
do your duty.
It was quite a fine tree, sedate and tall, graceful and regal. It was also, it happened, the home of an eagle, and a hawk, and a wolf, and a great snowy owl. The eagle took off, while the hawk, and the wolf, and the great snowy owl set up a terrible, terrible howl. The noise seemed to come from every direction. Then, Mr. Eagle expressed his objection.
No, that tree back there wasn't quite it. Its green was too green. Yeah, and it leaned a bit. It wasn't quite what I had in mind. Come, We still have a tree to find.
Completely ignoring Papa's left big toe, the snow had become a really big snow. A snow of snows. A blizzard of blizzards. Why, there was snow on the ground up to their gizzards.
Up the mountain, follow me. I'll find one soon. You'll see. You'll see I'll find the perfect Christmas tree.
I hope so, Dad. The snow's getting deep, and the mountain is getting pretty steep.
Full and fat, tall and green. The finest tree you've ever seen. Now that is the kind of tree I mean.
Hurry, Papa, chop it down. Yes, we still have time to get back to town.
But Papa was silent as he looked at that tree. Strangely silent. What did he see? What Papa saw through the driving snow was a tiny window. Within, a glow. Pop hardly breathed. He spoke not a word. What he saw through the window was a tiny snowbird, busily trimming his Christmas tree with the help of the members of his family. Their tree was a twig decorated with seeds that the tiny snowbirds had collected from weeds. And for the first time that day, Papa saw Christmas in a different way. Maybe it was the tiny twig tree, or maybe the seeds that helped Papa see the other guy's needs.
Merry Christmas!
But whatever it was, Pa shouldered his axe and spared the tree. He remembered what Christmas is really about. He'd had it all backwards and inside out.
This is a time to be thinking of others. Mamas, papas, sisters, brothers, fellow creatures great and small, fellow creatures one and all.
But, Pop,
Said the cubs.
what about our tree? The tree for our bells, our bright-colored balls, and all that stuff in our closets and halls.
No problem at all. There's no need to fuss. We'll go back and buy one from Grizzly Gus.
Grizzly Gus? But, Papa!
Don't bother me with questions, please. Here now, hop to it. Put on these skis.
So Pop and the cubs put on skis and went back for one of old Grizzly's trees. But when they got back to the Christmas tree lot, the lot was there, but the trees were not. Only a sign saying, "Sorry, sold out," and some tired old needles lying about. When Sis saw those needles, well, she thought she might cry. But then, something wondrous caught her eye.
Look! Somebody has decorated our house.
And somebody had. The chipmunk, the skunk, the crows and the grouse, the eagle, the owl, and all of the others, and quite a few of their sisters and brothers, were returning the kindness Pa showed those snowbirds. The bears, they were speechless. They just had no words. All of the bears' tree things were there. The bangles, the bells, the musical bear, the Christmas tree star, the Santa Bear sled.
Why, everything's shining.
Sister suddenly said. Then, a very special starry light filled the sky that Christmas Eve night. It didn't come from that pink plastic star. It was the light of the Christmas star. The true Christmas spirit shone down that night. It filled the whole sky with a lovely light. It charged the cold, clear, bare country air. It reached the heart of every bear and their fellow creatures, one and all, nature's creatures, great and small.
The Christmas star, it says to us, there's more to Christmas than the fuss. There's kindness, love, and warmth, God bless.
Squeezes, hugs, and happiness.
The Christmas star, it says to us, there's more to Christmas than the fuss. The Christmas star reminds us all to love God's creatures, great and small.
Not just bears like me and you,
but nature's other creatures too.
Wiggly worm and platypus, weasel, hippopotamus.
Yes, and even people too. They are nature's creatures too.
So Merry Christmas to us all, fellow creatures one and all.
So Merry Christmas, one and all, fellow creatures great and small. Merry Christmas, one and
Pop, I'm not thinking of others bit. How about the salmon? How about it?
Your remark shows wit and perception. But in the case of the salmon, it will make an exception.
It's round the next bend, up a sunny dirt road. Just ask the nearest caterpillar or toad for the home of the bears, where Pa, Ma, and the cubs are as snug as can be in their cozy, warm, comfortable, split-level tree. Just at the moment, inside their quaint home.
Hey, Ma, what's that? Yeah, what are you doing?
Shh! Ma's reading the Harvest Honeycomb.
Honeycomb dribble, honeycomb drip. What lies ahead? A handsome stranger? Money? A trip? Grizzly grum, grizzly growl, what holdeth the future? Tell me, honeycomb, tell me now. The legend of Bigpaw.
Oh, Bigpaw.
Big Paw?
The story they told when I was a lass. The Thanksgiving legend. Is it coming to pass?
What's Bigpaw? What's the legend?
The Thanksgiving legend is simple enough. It says, if the bears become selfish and greedy and unkind to the needy and insufficiently thankful for nature's great bounty, that monster of monsters, Bigpaw, would come and gobble up Bear Country, county by county.
Bigpaw? Stuff and nonsense. Nonsense and stuff. Unmitigated piffle. Pure Bear Country guff.
Friends, just up ahead, just over this rise, is a glorious sight for your young or old eyes. It's Bear Country, a really and truly remarkable place, ancestral home of the great grizzly race.
Whoops! I told your mother to fix that stair. It's not easy being a father bear.
Bye-bye, Mama. Bye-bye. Bye, Mom. Bye-bye.
Now, Papa Q Bear is a bear for all seasons. But fall is his favorite, and for the best of all reasons.
Cubs? I'm a bear for holidays. I like 'em all. Whether in spring, summer, winter, or fall. And your paw has impeccable holiday habits. On Easter Sunday, I make way for rabbits. And say a small poem to spring and rebirth. On Earth Day, my friends, I cherish the earth. On Christmas, of course, I think of others. Nature's creatures, great and small. Fellow creatures, one and all. On April Fools, I play practical jokes on unsuspecting, innocent folks. Look out behind you! On Arbor Day, I talk to the trees. Hi, trees. But the very best day of the year, if you please, the one that for me is really the winner, is Thanksgiving. Why? Thanksgiving dinner. Let's see now. We'll start off with bread and honey, of course. Oh, then an order of radish.
Yes, we have come just in time for the Bears' Thanksgiving. The day they give thanks for their standard of living. And what a standard it is. Why, in Bear Country, grapes spit out their own seeds. Snap beans and tomatoes pull their own weeds. Fishing worms willingly hop onto hooks for trout who can't wait to get out of their brooks.
Some French fried beans, a generous scoop. Some fish and some fowl, and then a big slice of pâté of all.
Yes, from hollow to hill, from glenlock to glade, the bears of Bear Country had it made. Except for one thing. That's right, the legend. The Thanksgiving legend that said if the bears became selfish and greedy and unkind to the needy and insufficiently grateful for nature's great bounty, that Bigpaw would come and gobble up bear country, county by county. Of course, it's only a legend, and not all legends are true, but some of them are.
Bigpaw, 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 Bigpaw!
Bigpaw?
If a monster should come, what would the bears do? They surely did seem to be tempting the fates. With all of this stress on fences and gates, and all of this worry about what was theirs, with nary a thought for their fellow bears. And as we have seen in Papa Bear's case, all Thanksgiving meant was feeding his face.
Say, I almost forgot. My favorite treat. No ifs, ands, or buts.
We know, Papa.
Mixed nuts.
Hey, let's get Pop some mixed nuts. Okay.
Now, Mama Bear has always laid great stress on the old-fashioned notion of thankfulness for her cubs, for her home, for her comfortable chair. She was even thankful for old Papa Bear.
We're thankful for our family, trusted friends, home sweet tree. We're thankful, which is why we stress thankful, thankful, thankfulness. Yes, 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 we stress thankful, thankful, thankfulness. We're thankful for our meals each day, for work to do, for time to play. We're thankful, which is why we stress thankful, thankful, thankfulness. Yes, 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 we bless thankful, thankful,
What's he saying?
What's he saying? What's he saying?
Bigpaw? Bigpaw? This hedgehog here has official word that he heard from a turtle who got it from a bird that the Thanksgiving legend is coming true, that the selfishness debt is coming due. The situation is grave. Eyes like bonfires, a mouth like a cave, 90 feet tall, breathes fire and smoke with terrible teeth, and an arm like an oak. And now I'm informed by this little hedgehog he's just minutes away in Sinister Bog.
And while the grown-up bears were working themselves into a tizzy, Cub's brother and sister were keeping quite busy, seeking Pa's favorite, no ifs, ands, or buts, his favorite treat, mixed nuts. And there they go, into the place where the mixed nuts grow, into the drifting, shifting fog, the murk and the mire of Sinister Bog.
Bigpaw coming?
And if he is, what will he do?
Perhaps he's just passing through.
Now, just a minute. The thing to do is use our heads and think things through.
Mama's right. Now, what do we know? We know the legend is coming true. We know it from highly reliable sources. So the thing we must do is organize the Bear Country Forces.
Boy, Pop's gonna really love these. Yeah, these nuts are really delicious.
You can have your Sasquatch, your abominable snowman. My name is Bigpaw, I supersede 'em all. One thing I like to do is chew. And when I chew, I chomp and chaw and grind and tear and rip and claw. So remember my name. My name is Bigpaw. You can have your Sasquatch, your abominable snowman. My name is Bigpaw, I supersede 'em all. Something else I do is stomp. And when I do, I whomp and tromp. I pound the ground and shake the swamp. So remember my name. My name is Bigpaw.
Meanwhile, back at the village square, with the full cooperation of every bear, Operation Bigpaw was well underway. Bigpaw might be coming, but he might also rue the day.
Forward, Bears!
Not the old cannon. It's bound to burst.
Oh, never fear, Ma. We're testing it first.
At this point, Ma decided to have her say.
Now, don't you think you're getting a little carried away? Organizing forces on the unsupported word of a crazy little hedgehog who got it from a turtle, who heard it from a bird? How do we know this stranger is a threat? None of us has even seen or heard him yet. Besides, what is a stranger? A stranger's just somebody you don't already know. He could be a friend.
With that kind of friend, who needs a foe?
He could be a prince, he could be a schmo, or just a regular sort of a Joe. A stranger's just somebody whom you haven't yet met.
Pop, yes.
Shh,
listen.
So don't make a fuss. It's not etiquette. So come on, get set. Try not to forget. A stranger's just somebody whom you haven't yet met. A prince or a schmo or a regular Joe. A stranger is just somebody new who doesn't know you. Let's hear it now. A stranger's just somebody you don't already know.
Ma's got a point. She could be right. I'll go up for a look while there's still light.
So giving hardly a thought to safety or danger, Pa went up the mountain to personally check out the Thanksgiving stranger. Now, the cubs knew their papa was brave and strong, but not much of a climber, so they tagged along.
My name is Bigpaw. I supersede them all.
It was echoing ledge that Bigpaw was on, and each terrible roar was just an amplified yawn. It had been quite a day, and Bigpaw was feeling the need to retire. He stood up and stretched and stoked his fire, which cast a great shadow upon the wall, a shadow at least 90 feet tall. So that when they finally reached Echoing Ledge, and Papa Bear cautiously looked over the edge, what he saw was the shadow, not Bigpaw himself, calmly stoking his fire on his hideaway shelf.
He is 90 feet tall, breathing fire and smoke, with eyes like bonfires and an arm like an oak.
But Papa!
Hush, hush. There's no time to fuss. We've got to get him before he gets us.
But Papa!
So Pa got down the mountain the best way he knew how.
Assemble all bears, and I mean now. And bring all those skunk bombs and gimmicks and widgets. This guy makes King Kong look like Singer's midgets. Eyes like bonfires and really large. Bugler, sound the charge!
Where are those cubs?
So up they went, each armed for the raid. Papa was wielding a beehive grenade. Up the mountain they went. It was quite a parade. While up on the mountain, the cause of the flap was cozying down for a bit of a nap, when he heard a strange sound. It was still far away and not very loud. Of course, what it was the roar of a crowd. Now, Bigpaw was no mental wizard, but he was getting a message down deep in his gizzard that trouble was coming. So he scratched his head and started his fuzzy old noodle humming. And using his powerful arms and shoulders, built him a tower of boulders. If those bears were to charge up out of the valley, they'd be just like pins in a bowling alley. But those bears kept on coming, faster and faster. There was simply no way to avoid disaster. But then, at the very last instant, before the rocks fell, there came through the din a cub's high-pitched yell.
Wait!
It was Sister.
Wait!
Sister cried. The rock tower teetered. It started to slide. Brother and sister were in terrible danger, and there was no one to help them, except for the stranger. Then, With the bears looking on in amazement and shock, Bigpaw held back that tower of rock. And with the great strength in that mighty right arm, he rescued small brother and sister from harm. You could have heard a pin drop in the valley that day. That's when the cubs decided to have their say.
Bigpaw's our friend. He's very nice. He saved us before. Now he's rescued us twice.
And he saved us from ourselves.
Thanks, Bigpaw. That's thrice.
We're thankful that we've learned to share our bounty with our fellow bear. We're thankful, which is why we stress thankful, thankful, thankfulness.
Here, you forgot your mixed nuts.
Yes, it was quite a Thanksgiving. No ifs, ands, or buts.